Up guys, welcome back to another video. This one is going to be a case study video or a trade recap. Pretty much these days I'm going to be consistent in creating these kind of videos where I'm going to go over trades that I took during the course of the week, because while I do that, it will help you guys to get to understand my thought process behind some trades that I took during the day or during the week. All right, so yesterday Friday was pretty much a good session we had during the New York session, and I'm going to go over the very A plus setup that played out. Yes, of course, I took a premature sell that was a loss, and then we took another B plus sell, B plus setup sell, which played out around 3 points R multiple, and then we had a buy trade, which is an A plus setup that played out about 3 point R multiple. So I'm going to cover both setups that we took. That was a win. Then you're gonna learn something from the video, those session or those setups. So when you look at price action here, what do you see? We clearly see that we had this BOS here, and then price literally came to take the origin of that BOS. All right, so that creates a new daily range for us, and this daily range is H4 structures. Nothing much to worry about. Okay, delete this to make the chart clean. Now, after that setup, we literally started creating bearish order flow. Price came all the way, and then if you plot profile of those daily range, you clearly see that your low volume node is sitting at the leg over here. So price used this low as an inducement, right? We clear this inducement over here. You see that was a rejection, and then when you go on M15, we started creating bullish structure, right? So M15 even gave us a sweep after the main sweep, and then gave us a shift in structure here. So at this point, I came to the session late. I started my session late. All right, so I couldn't capture the buy setup that played out. But as you see, price swept this low again, and then quick one over to the moon. You see price pulling. Now, this is where I start getting interested on M15. Follow me so you understand. Now, you see on M15, what do we have here? Price gives us a BOS here on M15. Now, those BOS, literally at the time we broke that high, we had no liquidity build. This is the kind of price that you guys might stay away from. Because these days, demand and supply, just the trading demand and supply without factoring in inducement and liquidity has a very low win rate. Right? So it's the reason why I've been covering a lot of liquidity stuff these days with you guys. So pretty much look at this range. This BOS is super clean. It shows you the intention of the market that buyers are in control. But looking at this range, if you use this as your daily range, of course, this is my new daily range because price from the lows. I have a protected low which has a liquidity block below. I don't have any sort of liquidity build. And when I talk about liquidity, I'm talking about distribution, right? If I plot the profile here from this range to the side, look at it. Look at it, guys. This distribution is very, very flat. Now, after what price had to do is now price started accumulating. That is what I want to see. Okay, price started accumulating. Now, if I extend this, you see that now I have a very nice distribution here. So all I have to do is to plot a line here, okay? Because this is right below around my low volume node, and I'm gonna draw this low volume node area here. Now I took my early short setup I took, which got failed, was in this range because I used this as my inducement for this sort of area here, which price literally struggled and eventually got stopped out. Because the reason I use that area is because when you see, look at this sort of liquidity sweep, kind of makes this guy a protected high. But apparently, this guy was respecting this high here, so this is something that I should have stayed away from. All right. So price eventually pushed up and then took out that high itself. Now over here is where I caught the B plus sell. So those are the inducement high. Right? If you check M15, it will make sense to you because price, the high of the day, we really swept some liquidity when the market opened on Friday. we swept this high, and then we started creating bearish orderflow over here. So literally, sellers that engaged in this move, which cleared these lows, defended or reloaded their position around this level. So I think on M3 is when I got M3. Some of the guys went in aggressively immediately the inducement got taken. My entry was around this pullback. My stop was here, and then I targeted this liquidity to be taken. Now this trade took a lot of patience. It eventually played out, right? But this is a B plus setup because I've already established that the trend is bullish. Now, after price took out this inducement here, of course, all the time, while we're in the sell setup, we're also waiting for this buy setup. Now, we swept this. When you go on M15, then it looks so good. So on M15, the M15 inducement low is here. That was a sweep, all right? But I opened up price a little bit, and I'm looking at this distribution. I can tell that this is the last low. This is the last one. This is so close to my LVN. Price swipe that one. Tap inside this LVN area here. Now, in this case, looking at this rejection candle, which is of course a bullish candle, is where you enter. Now, what's your target now? That's where you look to your left. So, this high was the inducement protecting this sort of supply. Price has already mitigated this. We have already mitigated it by this move. All right. So in this case, this guy now needs to be taken. So this high is my target. Because everybody that sold from those sales that I took, holding their trade expecting higher prices and lower prices, got swept or got taken. All right. Now I've already explained. You have price picking out this high here, making this guy protected supply, okay? But this supply has been mitigated now with this level that we took. So if price is coming back, this is a dead trap. Simple as that. Because we've already respected that high, price has delivered sell side move, and if we are coming, this is a trap. You don't expect price to respect this guy, okay? So apparently, price pushed down, and immediately we took out that high. See what happened now. Over here, if you look to the left, you have another setup, right? This kind of sell setup forming again. Why am I saying this? You have this sort of protected high because we had a BOS and then boom, sellers took over, making this one of protected high. So we have some sort of supply sitting here, right? Which price respected and then it started giving us a move down. And I think I think this was my last trade that I took as price took out this low. As we took that low. And so this is a typical B plus that up the same narrative behind this buy is the same narrative I took this short this buy setup. That's because now I have a new daily range, which is from this low to this high with the BOS. Now, if you look at this daily range, it literally had no liquidity, so price needed to build one. Right? Let me cut price. Look at this price action here. Look at this price action. This is our BOS, of course. Now, looking at this range, this daily range from this low to this high, I have some sort of protected over here. From this low to this high now, we literally don't have any liquidity. The only liquidity is this guy here, which has been swept by this move to the upside. So a lot of people will be looking to buy off from this zone, right? Apparently, which will be taken out because this is a trap as well. I'll explain why this is a trap. This is the last low that got formed with this liquidity. So it kind of makes this a trap, and now we really start looking for a buy. If price comes and then even takes out this inducement too, because this become inducement as far as it has delivered price, this the probability of this low also reduces, and then I would love price to kind of mitigate the rest of the imbalances of the low volume node inside this area here. But the reason I took that the last setup I posted around yesterday evening, which was a quick 2-hour setup, was because if you play price for you see now we started building liquidity. Without just brought the profile, you see the majority of your volume is here, but this area we've already swept it. So we don't focus on that. So over here inside this LVN, price started forming this shape. I'm gonna extend this a little bit as we started building that liquidity. You see, this is where we started ranging. So if you extend the profile, you see that volume has come in a lot, waiting for us a clean LVN. Right, so price swept that LVN over here. We had a swept of that LVN. And this is where on M3 I got it because I had to wait for the M15 candle to close, which got closed time. The next one, yeah, so my trade was literally at the close of this candle because for check M15, the closure, yeah, so the M15 candle had closed and had swept this low, I tapped inside that LVN as well, and then it was just a small 2-hour trade. It was just a small 2-hour trade. The entry was an M3. So this was it. You can check the screenshot I posted, and I targeted this. The reason why I was not focusing on these highs is because I'm expecting a deep retracement, and then also we had a balanced day yesterday. If you draw the buffer for the whole day, so there was some sort of responsive price action. See, this is a typical balanced day. So if you draw the value area high, which is from here, we close back inside value, and so there's some sort of responsive price action, and I'm expecting a deep retracement all the way to, and this thing dropped basically when you pay price for it, it dropped. I think the day ended at the POC, which is the point of control on this price level. I think this is where the day ended. Yeah, so that's going to be all for this video. We even traded below to this LVN here before we started building another price action over here. Now, quickly, I don't need to do an outlook. My outlook is already posted. Yeah, so that'll be all for this video. I believe you learned something. If you have any questions, just post in the group, and then I'll see you in the next one.